corner carry from literally any kind of conversion, and let me show you this just immediately. And into a mix-up, by the way. That's pretty much full screen, and he's right next to you. The optimum range to kind of settle the score with Dinosaur and just kind of get in, you know. But effectively, with this character, your approach is through conditional means, because lots of his normals cover lots of different space and options, and you're able to kind of shut them down and apply a mix-up as they're landing. One other thing as well I should mention from his just his in general corner carry is that he's literally able to do it off of any kind of conversion, and this includes just a standard 5B whiff punish. You can do it from taps. And another thing, taps to this character are just fucking dangerous, because a lot of his vortex is kind of involved with like 2B, sorry. And the reason why that's so good is because as a grappler, the main kind of foundation for a mix-up is you want to establish the command grab and cause retaliation with, say, a jump out with 2B, which will obviously clip them, because in particular this will be done meaty, and that's just really and considering he can get like fucking huge damage and off a command grab he can still maintain the vortex, that's fucking horrifying. But really, if I were to kind of give you just the general foundation of his mix-ups, it's just really either a meaty low into overhead, meaty low into tick throw, raw tick grab, using auto guard to kind of bait DPs, etc, etc, just kind of that kind of foundation. I find the main problem I found with playing Dinosaur is that he's very greedy when it comes to meter, because he 100% is reliant on meter to do damage and kind of get in, you know. Otherwise, like, I'll show an example here. Like, if he did not have meter, he does not have any reliable confirms to score a knockdown. And even if he were to get that knockdown, it sends him so far away and does no damage, and all it really does is just reset neutral, so I mean, you're not getting much damage from him either, and it's not like you can keep them up forever anyway, like, and it's not that you're able to punish them and allow them to pay rent to actually get in your grill to start their offense. So it's more so a matter of just finding your footsteps to really apply your pressure and just poke away while you're at it. Let's see here. You know, with that in mind, I would preferably stick Dinosaur Anchor like for every team, depending on the characters. So for my team, for instance, it would be ordered Chang vs Dinosaur, because, like I said, Dinosaur 100% needs that meter to keep his vortex going in to get that conversion to evidently, in theory, make that his round, because his boss is just so deadly and he becomes so dangerous from meter that it's almost worth always playing him anchor for that reason alone. Aron. Ugh, it's been a long day, people. It's been a long day setting this shit up. Alright, so I suppose to start off with setting the foundation for his normals. Right, okay. 2A, generally his safest poke, and is also good for checking short hops. I can't really record that, but actually let me set something up. Before I do that, I should probably just stick Dinosaur as well as Dinosaur, just to kind of give you the general basis here. Yeah, Malone, Aron, Kos. It's either just to put them both Dinosaur, whatever. Makes things easier for me, I suppose. Oh, and it resolves to me using pad as well. That sucks shit. Alright, 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, yeah, this works out better, I suppose. Alright, so where was I? But yeah, also doubles as a short hops, as a way to check short hops, and namely from around a range where you can still clip with the likes of 5B, and it's also where 2A comes into use, but I will talk about that in just a moment. Let me just set this dickhead to do something. How would I do that again? Okay. Fuck, there we go. Alright. Fuck. Gotta give me a couple minutes here because I'm working with pad and I have absolutely no idea how to work this shit. There we go, that'll work. It's a fucking full hop. I think it's probably from farther out. Ugh. Alright, maybe not against Dinosaur, because his jumpings are really fucking good, but take my word for it, it's a decent way to check short hops, and just to kind of check neutral. The only real problem with it is that, unlike 5B, you cannot really convert into his like primary max mode combos. Try and show that, of course. Really, you know what, I was just using stick for this kind of thing and just sort that shit out in a moment. Yeah, that'll probably be for the better actually now that I think about it. Alright, cool, okay. Yeah, so main problem with this that 5B kind of replaces it for is the fact that you cannot convert into his bread and butter maximo combos, which is unfortunate really, but but overall it's just like a really solid, safe way of checking the mid-range, and the range on it is fucking silly by the way. It's a little bit disjointed, so you're able to kind of clip them from ranges where they're not able to kind of tap you, so that's one huge advantage it has. It's just overall just like still like a solid normal just to check neutral. And that's kind of where 5A comes into perspective, because this is I suppose this would be like your main short hop stuffing tool. It works very well in conjunction with 2A because you're covering multiple, I suppose, multiple options whilst you're just approaching and poking at them. But yeah, it works very well in conjunction with 2A because of the height it's covering that 2A cannot otherwise. And the same goes with saying with 5B, which also can be hopped, which are kind of two relatively large disadvantages of his pokes. Is because that if you're not sharp enough with them and you're not really kind of capitalizing on what your opponent's doing in neutral, you can get clipped. And with a game like this, where you're getting punished, more or less resolves in more than half your health, just pretty much dissolving. Yeah, it gets rough. It can get hella rough real fast, so and you don't want to be doing it for too long either, but I will be getting into that momentarily. Alright, 5B. As far as his grounding normals go, this is the shit. You can do so much with it. This normal alone pretty much makes this character's ground game useful. It does everything you could ever want in a normal. Whiff punish, just a poke, clip them with 236 A, AB, really, and also just to whiff punish into max mode, all that shit. Which is, this is more of your grounded tool just for kind of conditioning them and just kind of, again, it's a safe way to check in neutral, and it also kind of combines as a whiff punish tool. Mainly, Again, this is all used in conjunction with all the normals I've shown lately, just so it can cause hesitation, and this is kind of the big reason as to why they do not want to hesitate, because, as I stated earlier, this converts from full range into his bread and butter maximum combos, into his vortex, and then they're already shitting their pants. So that's one really good thing about the normal. But yeah, like I said as well, it can be short hop, so you do have to be careful. But this is really what the likes of 5A, 2C, whatever. That's really what's used in conjunction here. Just check something real quick. Alright, moving on. 2B, really this is kind of just your main low to go for, as mainly like a meaty tool to clip them on the way up. And again, this is also just kind of a main confirm to go right into max combos, which I fucked up. And of course, the wall carry is absolutely insane. And again, that's really one good way to cause hesitation as well. And again, this is mainly a press tool, but outside of that, you can also use it meaty. Let me try and show something here to demonstrate that. This is kind of a main meaty setup you'll have. That was meaty. You can tick roll. Sorry, you can tick throw into his command grab and etc. Like, what I'm trying to address here is that he has a lot of options just from doing meaty 2B. You can do it meaty 2B into 2B, you can do meaty 2B into take throw, you can do meaty 2B into a hop, etc. There's a lot of options at your disposal here to kind of mix up with Dinosaur, and that's one thing I was trying to address earlier as to why fuck me, making my own words up. Okay, Area, like I stated, is mainly it's really dangerous when Dinosaur is on you in terms of his vortex. So yeah. Alright, so, okay, 2C, if you ask me, there's never really a bad time to throw this normal out. It's good as an anti-air. You can use it in conjunction with your frame traps. It's like as a confirm tool as well. And even if you mistime your frame trap, there's still auto guard to keep you covered, which unfortunately doesn't beat lows. I'll try and actually show it you now, actually, whilst I'm at it. Is the controls fucked up again? No, I see Craze in the chat. What's good, man? Hope you're doing well. That's another thing, actually. If I'm missing out on something, could some of you guys like address it just so I can kind of go over it some more? I mean, I'm only human, of course. I do forget these sorts of things. Actually, I don't even need to. Fuck. Whoops. Man. There, right there. That was his auto guard. And trust me when I say this, it's an reliable anti-air. And kind of your main one from outside of 5A range. It also covers full hops and all that, full jumps. It basically covers any kind of jump you want to, whilst also still maintaining the fact that it is just a overall solid frame trap tool. And not to mention as well, it is decent for meaties, but I personally wouldn't really want to use it over like a 2B meaty, which is a lot more liable to just like catching jump outs, I suppose. Okay, 5C. If I'm perfectly honest with you, I mean, this movie is totally... I feel like 5B completely replaces the use of this move, despite the fact that it has auto guard. It's okay as like a general anti-air, but again, this is what 2C, 5A are really kind of replacing it. You'll notice that a fair bit with some of his normals is that one thing, like one normal is going to kind of cover the options that